Let's get to day 2. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. All right, so we're gonna get into day 2, the recap of Cassie. No, well, let's just say day 2 of Diddy's trial. All right. So make sure you stay subscribed because I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do it every single day. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got time like that. But let's keep moving. And plus, it's better to do it in a week after because it gives me personal time to have a rethink and understand this and analyze properly and give a proper in-depth analysis. All right. All right. So make sure to like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Share. All right. So Cassie's continued testimony. All right. So Cassie returned to the stand, going deeper into her experience at the FOs, alleging that women were flown in from other states with Diddy paying for all travel and accommodation. Isn't that trafficking? Anyway, let's keep moving. She described feeling isolated and trapped. Have you seen the movie Blink Twice? What's the movie Blink Twice? In fact, I recommend if you care about this Diddy trial and you're following this Diddy trial, go watch the movie Blink Twice. Yeah, watch the movie Blink Twice. Then you're gonna think you're gonna have everything to do with Jeffrey Epstein or Diddy. One of the two. You're gonna think, yo, because that part here was he describes as feeling isolated and trapped. That's essentially that. With Diddy threatening her if she spoke out or tried to leave. Let's do this again. She described the feeling isolated, yeah, and trapped with Diddy, threatening her if she spoke out or tried to leave. So even if she wanted to leave, she couldn't leave. You gotta remember, this is the same guy who's been attached to Tupac and Biggie situation. You know what I mean? In 96 and 97. Like, I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's false. But what I am saying is the rumors, and yes, they're rumors, yeah, that is the situation. Look, even Keefy D mentioned Diddy's name in regard. Anyway, well, he's been locked up because of the whole Tupac situation. So when you look at it from that angle, come on now. And video footage and recordings. Prosecutors introduced video footage from one of these events. One of. That means there's multiple. All right. Allegedly showing women under the influence, not a woman, not Cassie, but women under the influence and controlled by Diddy's security team. So they need to be held accountable too. And I get what people are trying to say, where if it's a RICO case, then why did it slow down? Sometimes you have to go for the one that the puppet master. You know what I mean? You have to go. Obviously, everyone will get their just due. You know what I mean? I don't know how the law works in America when it comes to these type of federal cases. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because of I don't know. We will look into that though. Don't ever get that twisted. So make sure you stay subscribed. We'll get into that. Anyway, Cassie also mentioned secret recordings that Diddy made without the participants' consent. Homeland Security confirmed the existence of encrypted hard drive seized from his properties. Evidence. One more time. Evidence. So when some people want to say, oh, this is just a DV case against Cassie versus Diddy, no, it's beyond that. Do you know what I mean? It's literally beyond that. And I think this is why I'm grateful that I'm able to do this, because sometimes some people are not understanding clearly. They're just seeing the headlines or they're seeing a caption and they're thinking it's that when it's more than that. You know what I mean? But if you pay attention, you know what I mean? Let's keep it moving on. All right, so entourage and financial managers. Cassie named Christina Coron as someone who handled Diddy's financial arrangement for these events. So she has to be accountable too, right? So it's going to be interesting if she gets called to the stand. Bank statements and payment records were shown to the jury. Evidence. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, for a person to be convicted of a crime or crimes, evidence has to be shown and testimonies need to be heard. And obviously, they need to be shown because they've got to see their body language and all that stuff there and facial expressions and stuff like that. That includes body language. But yeah, do you see what I'm trying to say? When you think about it from that angle, yeah, let's keep it moving. Anyway, defense cross-examination part 2. The defense countered by presenting affectionate messages between Cassie and Diddy, suggesting their relationship appeared consensual. Now, the thing about those type of relationships, I'm talking about abusive relationships, right? The sad part is, it's not like, you know how I'm gonna liken it to, I'm gonna use sport as an example, right? I'm gonna use sport as an example. Throughout sports, whether it's an individual sport or a team sport, you have moments through the season where they have like a very, very good patch, yeah, they have a good run of games. There's a lot of positivity going on, but then all of a sudden they go through a dip in form and it's sort of a negative patch, and it's up and down and up and down. That's how listen, I don't know per se, because you know what I'm saying, but it's like at the end of the day, it's not like everything wasn't not rosy, you know what I mean? And so obviously if there's going to be some things that are consensual, there's going to be some things that are consensual. If there's some things that are not consensual, there's some things that are not consensual. But clearly, from what we have witnessed so far, even just going through this, is there's a lot of things that are not of consent. You know what I mean? Now, that's just a part of it. Obviously, Cassie said on her side of it, and obviously she can't lie. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she's on the oath. And she's pregnant, by the way. 8 months pregnant. So for her to do this, got to do her. All right. So even if it's consensual, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's about character. This is what also I'm going to mention as well. Maybe I'll do a proper summary afterwards. But I was going to say this, like, yeah, I'll do it afterwards because I'm thinking of something. All right, so they question the authenticity of the video evidence. How can you question the authenticity of the evidence? Like, how do you, how? It's there. It reminds you of have you seen Adolescence? You know what I'm saying? Like, the father had to realize that's you, bruv. Not you. You know what I'm saying, bruv, but that's you. I can't believe my eyes. You told me you didn't do it. But the evidence from the CCTV footage is showing me and you did it. You see what I'm going to say? Anyway. So they said they questioned the authenticity of the video evidence, hinting that it could have been manipulated or taken out of context. Now, I understand manipulation can happen because AI exists, right? I understand, things can be edited and all that stuff there because editing tools and platform exist. I understand that. But the issue becomes, if that's the case, I'm pretty sure someone at a professional level from the federal law or whatever you want to call it, it's like, I'm pretty sure they will ensure that it's not tampered. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? And so that's one thing. Then they're trying to say taken out of context. How do you take a video out of context unless it doesn't start from the beginning and it doesn't end at the proper ending. That's the only way it could be out of context. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you can film something and it can seem like it's out of context, or you can, but at the same time, you can't. This is law. This is the feds. You know what I'm saying? This is the feds. I don't know, man. That's just I don't understand. Let's keep it moving. Let's go on to day 3. The day 3 of the Diddy Trial reaction. So just a quick reminder. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. All right, and right now we are going to react to